Ah. I need to move this mic closer to my face and not accidentally bump it with a lamp. Ah. No, stop. Okay, there we go. Alright, gamers, it's time to draw, gamers. Oh, baby, it's time to draw, gamers. You all know, drawing, concept of art in a medium which is not really recognized by the whole world. Sharpies! Anyways, enough with the shenanigans. It's gonna be another chill stream. I figured today that I didn't really want to do any drawing requests because I kind of just wanted to draw something I personally would love to work on stream. And that is a little dude called Pongorma, which if you don't know who Pongorma is, you really should know who Pongorma is, because he is a cool guy who does really cool lightning attacks, and he's from Hylix. Specifically the lightning I'm thinking of is from Hylix 2, where he does like the cool skeletal hand glove thing. It's a whole cathedral of problems. A whole cathedral of things. So we're just gonna be doodling him. I got camera. Hello everyone. It is I, Moop. Back at it again with the hands and such. Also, this mic is incredibly close to my face. I actually am going to be back and move the lamp closer, but inside it. Okay, there we go. Now, here is our Pongorma. I'm working on them. These bits, especially here, is all neon. So it's gonna look really cool when it's glowing in the dark. And the thing that I wanted to use was something from up here. There is one item, not this one. Oh, wait, I just have all these? Oh shit. You know, it's good to remember what you have stockpiled, because I completely forgot I had an entire case full of these. I thought I was running out, but we're specifically going to use these. This, if you don't know, is washing tape, which can be used in extravagant ways. For example, to mark areas that you don't want to get colored. So, for example, get a little stretch of it, like here maybe. And now I could just draw over that with zero consequence and then just, take it off. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to be doing a lot of washing tape around this area to make the form of like what looks like lightning. And then I'm going to do stained glass over it to make it look all cool and stuff. But other than that's going to be the plan for the stream. The only thing I'll have open, and I probably should edit this, is this. There we go. Song requests are open. I also still have Taking a Piss BRB. That'll be for another time. So now, you can only recommend songs, because I'm not going to be drawing a lot. Alright, I'm going to be drawing a lot, but I'm not going to be specifically drawing... I need to... Right here. I will not be taking any drawing suggestions. That will be for, I guess, tomorrow. Which, by the way, tomorrow is potentially going to be a massive fucking storm that's going to rampage through Utah. So, if I won't be able to stream tomorrow due to power cuts, or stream all day tomorrow due to giant storm taking up 95% of the day, then, we just gotta go from there. Other than that, it is time to game. That's true, we are speaking. Oh, I should get the music on. Let's start with Breath of... Turn it down just a... There we go. Okay. So, get a couple of bits here. I also figured I might as well just stream right now, because it's like it's safe for the stream, but have fun. Thank you for showing up. No problems. I also will say, immediately, the moment I decided to start streaming at like 7 is the moment that everyone begins to start joining. So I think I found like the time to do it. But this washing tape is incredibly annoying to try and pick. Maybe the one that's already open. The one problem is that there's not a lot of washing tape in there, so I have to use this sparingly. And we're just going to be doing a nice little lightning effect. I'll also use my nail clippers as a cutter because I don't have scissors near me. Unless I do, actually. I might have to check. Yeah, it's some like right. Just cut that off halfway. Let's. And a cut. Of course, this probably isn't going to be too much of an interesting stream because people are not going to be, you know, swarming with answers on what I should draw because I'm not doing drawing suggestions. But I figured, you know what, I kind of want to color this and get this done on stream because it would look cool. You guys get to see my creative process. Also, need I remind people, tomorrow is the 3-day deadline for Minos Prime submissions. And we already have 4 submissions. So if you can't submit by the deadline, which is the 25th, which is also the day after my birthday, then you're out, punk. Permanently. Which I should also mention, prizes are going to be pretty good. I figured I might as well just host like a kind of small event for it. I still don't know how I want this. I figured I'd host kind of a small event, considering the fact that like never hosted an event before, especially with like an actual prize pool. So, the winner of the Minos Prime Challenge will be given a $10 Steam gift card and a $15 game of their choosing. Also, I like how the music just got loud as I started speaking, so apologies if you couldn't hear me. But I figured if we have like a small prize pool, but still a good one, then you know what? That's good. That's just nice. Also should adjust this one to be lower. Want this one to fit right on the. There we go. The only problem with this is that it has to be very accurate. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit, like there. Oh, hold on. You know what we gotta get kind of falling. I want to vibe. It's time for vibing, gamers. But yeah, I also apologize that I didn't stream yesterday. Wait, did I stream yesterday? No, I think I did stream yesterday. I'm gonna be completely frank with you. The passage of time has now become null to me. Because I don't know about y'all, but getting no sleep is not. It's not a bad thing for me, it's a fucking specialty. You want the full Moop experience, you stay up at 3 in the morning, and you vibe. Also, I've been jamming out to the, you know, soundtrack that everyone is, like all the songs that people have been recommending. Such. And also, before anyone asks, this washi tape is not permanent. Simply sticking it on the side so that way I don't have to, yeah. I can just do it from here. Peel it off from there. But let's see, I need to kind of adjust this a little. Got some bits that are poking out that I don't really want. The problem is I kind of secured it a little too brazenly. But yeah, I don't expect a lot of people to show up, but that's the kind of thing with streaming. You get 800 subscribers in 5 months, and yet 2 people will show up at stream. But it doesn't matter. As long as anyone shows up, then it's cool. Also, I apologize if you guys are really loving this camera angle. But I apologize if you're not liking this camera angle. I have to get this, or it kills me. There we go. God damn it, I nearly just get up. And cut. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now I probably should get started on the coloring process. Actually, no, wait. I gotta get this a little bit as well. Shit. Well, ain't this a damn ass predicament? One of those days. Okay, gently lift that. Very delicately. Right here, I believe. There and there. Perfect. Perfectly lined. As the gods have foretold. Ooh, nice. Kinda want to make this a stained glass thing, but I don't really know what other parts I want to have be stained glass. What's a good shirt? I've also been seeing a lot of stuff about this game that came out recently. Atomic Heart. No idea what it's about. Looks interesting. You can kind of see Perry over there. He's vibing. But I have no idea what Atomic Heart's about. According to one of my friends, it's like the galactic part of Nuka World from Fallout 4. I was like, okay, that's all I really need. Big Jeff's jingle. Oh lord. Oh my sweet. What do you mean he has 1 hour remixes? Oy vey. Doors. Right then. It has been added to the list. Actually, let's just fucking skip right to it. Damn. This do be a damn good ass jingle. Also could say, hey Moop, why don't you just draw with a damn ass ruler instead of having to subject yourself to the torture of, you know, accidentally drawing over the tape. Well, you see, that's where you're wrong, buddy. Because this tape is all the damn measuring I need. Also, apologies though I'm not really focusing on chat or anything in the world right now. I really need to focus. And then let's see. So far, this isn't too bad of a jam. I've never played Doors or any Roblox games. I guess I remember my friends playing it a little bit. Reminds me a lot of Spooky's House of Jump Scares with extra steps. But from what I've seen of Doors, doesn't look too terrible. Of course, I don't bother playing Roblox because I'm not a Roblox kind of guy. That and an angle that way. Oh, was it? Slices air. Yeah, I suppose so. It all really depends on. It also depends on who you're asking, because if you ask like one of my friends, they'll say like, "Hey, yeah, Roblox is pretty good," and then you ask a couple of other people, they're like, "Oh, good lord, is it bad?" But I think as a concept, Roblox is pretty cool. I mean, it's just a big place for people to create shit and share it around in the form of games, which I think is pretty nice. But oh my lord, have you seen the drama with that? It certainly doesn't look too good for on Roblox's side. About just anything happening. Because Jesus Christ, I mean, you really think you know a company. Like, for example, I thought Blizzard was whatever. I didn't think Overwatch was anything significant. Then you see what they did and you go, oh no. I also just drew directly over the tape there, hadn't it? See how this turned out. This song is so good. Ooh, okay. I've been bumping the soundtrack to, what the hell is this called? 80s Headache Tape a lot. I've been bumping it. It's really nice. Roblox is a game worse than any AAA company ever devised. That is true. Because here's what you got with Roblox. You got all the pedophilia in the world. And a bunch of stuff with just inside devs and stuff like that, including like game makers on Roblox as well, going under that shit. And I'm just kind of like, man, remember back when companies, like, I don't know, fucking any other company other than Blizzard and whatever Roblox is doing, it's like, hey, can we go back to that time when, like, I don't know, game companies, you can kind of trust them instead of having to do this like whole backwards view thing of like, yeah, well, we're gonna introduce this really cool game to you, and we're also going to try to hide the fact that 95% of our dev team are a bunch of fucking pedophiles. Like, oy vey. Roblox have got some horrible pedo issues. They do. They really do. I mean, the only reason why I really stuck with Twitter for so long is just kind of like, I mean, if I were to move to a different social media platform, it wouldn't really do much. I could move to like Tumblr or something, but I never understood Tumblr. Ironically, despite the fact that I am an absolute boomer when it comes to a lot of things. Or just, I guess, not the term boomer, hipster. I'm a hipster when it comes to a lot of things. I don't receive the message until it is either spoken to me or I see it directly on the feed. But I'll tell you right now, I don't play a lot of AAA games. And there's a damn good reason why. It's because 95% of the time it's just some skeevy shit with some really bad people behind it. I mainly, of course, there's a couple of companies you can always, you know, you can never really trust a AAA development company. But, you know, you can always find some that are at least less annoying or skeevy than others. Like, I mean, I've pumped in 1,000 hours of TF2, and I don't think Valve's done anything insane. In fact, I don't think they've done really anything recently. It's kind of interesting to see what happens with Valve, because they sit there, and they kind of start working on something, but they keep it in the dark for so long that everyone forgets the company exists, and then they release, like, the best thing since sliced bread, and then from there, they're like, everyone's like, oh my god, this game's insane, dude, you gotta play it, and then just, like, gone. Like, fucking completely forgot that games like Half-Life Alyx existed after a couple days. Major video companies is why indie games are so special. Exactly. It's because indie games are not afraid to break a formula for the sake of a bit. Is it? It is shuffling. But indie games are not afraid to break some boundaries with gaming, or like push a thing. Because AAA games, like, remember when fucking Fortnite came out for the first time and every game tried to be Fortnite for a little bit? It's just people trying to copy their homework for days on end. And then you go over with like an indie company and it's like, hey, we made this game. You play as a guy who's trying to deliver pizzas, but he goes over and there's an evil pizza guy. He wants to blow up your place, and you gotta go save your place, and stuff like that. And that turned out to be like a fucking indie hit game, Pizza Tower. And it's like all in this like, and no shade towards the developers, of course, but I will say it's got shit graphics. But that's what makes it special. Is because like you're exchanging that, like, how to describe this? You're exchanging that like whole like, oh, we need to be the technical edge, or we need to be the new thing. We need to be the new, like, drive for games to strive for. Like, when I saw Portal RTX with the NVIDIA 4070 come out, I was just rolling my eyes. I was like, how about you just, like, I don't know, fucking do anything else besides try to make a decade, or like, maybe a decade and more old game RTX. And like, well, that's cool and all. It's like, I don't know, I feel like you could have put that in something a little bit better, instead of kind of just, you know, dropping that and then just saying nothing about it. It's like with indie games, it's like you have Umurangi Generation, a game I fully achievement hunted. That is super cool. It's like, it definitely decides to push that barrier of like, what can you put in a game without being too political. And that game just towards the end of the DLC just fucking hits it out of the ballpark. But a couple of other games as well, like Hyper Light Drifter. That game's plot is fucking beautiful, and they literally do not say a word in that entire game. I guess technically, if you count the in-game language as words being spoken, for a first-time playthrough, it's kind of hard to, you know, read the dialogue of Hyper Light Drifter. But it's a beautiful plot, and there's not a lot of words that are spoken. And then you got over like fucking, I don't know, that was a good AAA game that just came out, or not even a good AAA game. What is a AAA game? Hogwarts Legacy, or I think it's right, Hogwarts Legacy, or if it's like something else beginning with L. I think it's Hogwarts Legacy. That game comes out. Everybody, oh my god, it's an entire just joined what's happening. We're discussing why AAA devs are they kind of suck, at least recently. You got plenty, and I mean plenty of people who constantly want, and I don't mean this like metaphorically. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I don't mean this metaphorically. I mean basically just literally. People just going over and just sucking Nintendo's dick, and their games look pretty good. It's whatever. It's like, you saw me during the Direct. I was probably just like, yeah, it's I like Tears of the Kingdom because it might be good. And then I look over Pikmin 3 and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck are they doing with the style? I think, as a concept, AAA developers have started shifting their focus from what do players like to what do players want to see. Because if a person is receiving a trailer that is full of explosions, rather than a trailer that is beautifully handcrafted that shows gameplay, people are going to choose the explosion one because it's like, you know, it's more thrilling to the eyes, and then you get the game, and then you complain about it on Twitter, and then you're like, ugh. Like, yeah, damn it. That's the line. I really wish they released a good game, and it's like, well, you know what you could do in order to identify what is going to be a good game and what's not going to be a good game. Do they show gameplay during it? And if they don't show gameplay during it, don't give them their money. Or don't give them your money, rather. That's the reason why I was so hesitant to buy games like Deathloop when they came out, because I was like, I'm not even sure if this game's going to be good. And when I saw it, or to compare 2009 Modern Warfare 2 to 3, that is true. It's also like, they also just want to get the game out. There's a YouTuber, Noodle, I believe is the name. He made a really good video talking about, like, crunch, the concept of having to work under, like, incredibly tough deadlines that can cause, you know, actual physical harm to the person, who's working on the game. He did an amazing video on that, and was talking about, like, Cyberpunk and stuff like that, and those games just came out, like, complete buggy messes that were just awful to see. The day before, exactly. They just came out like dog shit, and it's like, you want to know why that happens? The main reason why that happens is because you get a bunch of people that are very, very, very needy about what their game is, because they suck at AAA developers' dicks so much that they're like, yeah, we want to see a new game by these guys, and instead of the you know, company being like, all right, we're going to take a little bit to work on this game, and then when we release it, then it's going to be fully done, and you guys can enjoy it. And that is why you always want to be prepared when you're going to set a deadline for anything. Because I mean, you see me releasing the Minos Prime Challenge. Only like 2 people submitted by the time the deadline was almost over, so I had to extend it, and now more people are submitting, and I'm like, okay, so keep the deadline pretty long, especially for game devs as well, because I like, personally, I wouldn't really know, but I'd imagine working on a game is, you know, incredibly difficult with a lot of caveats to it. But there's also like a couple stories about like people just straight up dying from game crunch. and like having to work on games until they die. Which, if your life legacy is working on a game that is going to be praised for exactly 1 day and then just getting, and then just dying, not a very happy life. It's like, I wish a lot of game devs just kind of did that thing where they like kind of waited and like make sure everyone was ready. Make sure everyone deadlines were so stupid. Or you're making a great game idea, making it feel like an office shop for devs. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you have this super great idea for a game, but in doing so, you're just making it worse for not only everyone involved, you're making it worse for people playing it. Because Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, and there are like people who are getting like injuries from working on the game. It comes out in the literal like worst state it can possibly be in. I heard it got a couple bug fixes, but that's not excusing it. It's like, the game should... it'll be out when it's out. Just have that be the fucking tagline after every E3 trailer. Just, it'll be out when it's out. And I would be less mad if it told me... I would actually be less mad if it told me it'll be out when it's out, rather than this game will be done in 2025. Because now you're setting an expectation, and if you don't meet it, people are going to be annoyed. And people are going to just get really upset. Like, just release the game in a functional state, at least. And that's the reason why I love indie games so much, is because they're not really working under the pressure of a deadline unless they set a Kickstarter and such. That's the reason why Amori, when it started to kick off, was, like, one of the, in my opinion, one of the worst possible Kickstarters, like, ever. Right next to that guy who released that fan that was supposed to be an umbrella with, like, air, but just never released it and took everyone's money. When the Amori Kickstarter got released, it took 7 years for them to get the game done, and they didn't respond to anyone for the longest time, and people were asking for refunds, and they just didn't bother. The anime's already dead too. I heard Cyberpunk Edge Runners wasn't too bad. I actually heard it was like really good. But yeah, seeing that show ended was like, I wish they had that same amount of quality. It's like, they don't even have to make a long game. Just make a game. Game devs, if you're working on video game, you don't have to make the game like 15 hours long. Disco Elysium was worked without a deadline. The game is 46 hours long in a normal playthrough, basically with like all cutscenes and reading everything. Or letting the game read itself out. It's like, that game takes 46 hours to complete, and there was not a deadline attached to it. And that is so far one of my favorite like games of all time. Because it's just so like, they weren't afraid to hold back on a lot of not only like political messaging and stuff, but also it is like indescribably make a replayable game instead of a long game. Yes, exactly. Also, the video that you're talking about is by a man called Ulrich Saladbar, or I think it's like Ulrich Saladbar. Let me look at it. No, hold on. Oops. Yeah. Ulrich Saladbar. He makes really fucking good videos. He was talking about Disco Elysium and Heavy Rain. Really, really, really good videos. And there's also the one they did for Amori that I think is down here. Let's see, I think it was here. That video. Amori, a 6-lung triumph and a letdown. Perfect video explaining, and also the Disco Elysium video as well. It's like, both of those games explain so well why you need to have games be ready when they're ready. Because if they're not ready, you're not only setting an expectation for everyone, if you don't meet it, you're making everyone disappointed, and if you do meet it, you want to make sure that people can actually, like, be able to play the game. Also, yeah, look at Ultra Kill. Exactly. Oh yeah, it is Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's got some jams. And also, another game, Hollow Knight! Did they actually say if Silksong had a release date? Because I'm not sure if they did, but I'll tell you right now, I sincerely hope that they take their time with that game. I am like begging to just have people realize that not only do games take time, but games don't get released immediately. Like, you see the fucking, like, 2-year-olds in Nintendo stream chats who just sit there and just be like, "Where's Silk Song, guys? Where's Silk Song? Oh, no Silk Song, this direct sucks!" It's like, how about you kinda take what you're given? If you were given one trailer of the game and it looks badass, and people are making, like, decomp videos about it, it's like, just kinda let it ruminate. Let it work. It's gonna take 10 more years, it's gonna be the game of all time. Exactly. That game is going to release, and I swear to you, Silk Song, if they took the time and fleshed out everything like they did with Hollow Knight, that game could seriously go big. And I'm hoping on it. Ultra Kill Life 3 is gonna take 10 years? Shit. My entire channel's gonna be Mitos Prime now. Not like it already has been, but you know what I mean. But as I was saying with the whole time crunch stuff, it's like, just make sure when you're releasing a game to have it actually be ready upon release. You don't want to have it be this, like, you know, like an ensemble of just glitches and broken mechanics and messes. It's like, I would love to play a video game that doesn't glitch out, but I would also love to play a video game at a deadline. How about you kind of have to take your pick. It's like, do you want a game that has a deadline that has a bunch of glitches because they released at the date that you were expecting, or do you want to have a game take its time and get all the glitches out of the way, but you don't know when it's going to be released? Like, it's kind of like the double-edged sword, and the easy answer is just fucking wait for it to be done. Because, I mean, if you wait for it to be done, it's not really... When you wait for it to be done, I guess the best way I can describe it is if you wait for it to be done, then you're just gonna have a lot more time and a lot more stuff to play it. I'll see the fact you need to harm yourself for food and water is the worst thing I've ever done. Huh. Exactly. Sorry, I read that sentence in my brain, I was just like, wait, what? No, I get you now. Exactly. I was gonna say, fucking time crunch is a terrible thing. I, like, I'm really want to show off the noodle video, but, like, I know in my heart of hearts if I show it, I'm just gonna get killed, so I'm not going to. They're gonna make them die if their deadlines are too strict. It's like, what you want to do as a game dev, if you have a team, give them, like, resources to work with, give them anything. Because I personally don't work on games, but I have done a commission. In that commission, I was asking the person, literally send me all the references you can possibly send me. And they did. Giving a person resources is, like, should be #1 priority. Give them food, give them water, give them time. And eventually, monkeys on typewriters will write the works of Shakespeare. That are turning out really good. Thank you. Trying to get this, I'm gonna get this space a little more filled out, but it's like when I was doing that commission, I was asking the person for references, and like, exactly because I took the time, and also because I'm just vibing out, but with all those, with like, I think I've done so far 2 commissions. One commission was the one that I posted on my YouTube page, and another one for a family friend, for a podcast logo. And I was like, okay, I'll work on both of them. Can you send me references? The family member, or the friend of the family, sent me 1 reference. And when it came out, they told me to do like a couple revisions. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can edit a couple things. The only problem that I had with the commission that I got from one of my subscribers was that I spilt whiteout on accident. But other than that, because I took the time to just ask for resources and there was not really a deadline, I was able to get that commission done basically perfectly to the person's needs. It's like, it's all about that time. If you release it when it's done, then people get needy, and then people start asking for shit, and you go, okay, I'll fix it. And then you keep fixing it, and eventually you're just gonna get stuck in this, you know, premeditative cycle of just like, oh, well, you need to fix stuff so that way you can appease the people, but then there's going to be another bug that shows up, and then you gotta help that out, and then you gotta go fix that one, and there's another one, and such like that. That's the reason why Hollow Knight, like, literally, I don't think I've ever heard a person talk about a bug in Hollow Knight. Or, you know what I mean. I was gonna say, talk about a bug in Hollow Knight. The whole game's about bugs, literally. But, it's like, I rarely see people talk about glitches in, like, Hollow Knight or Hyper Light Drifter, because those games are fleshed out. They are such masterpieces. And then with games like Cyberpunk, upon release, it's just, ooh, have you heard of Ark? Small YouTuber. Oh, I think I've seen a couple of his things. This guy, right? I think I've seen like one or two of his videos. Personally, I don't really, you know, much care for Warhammer 40k, but it looks interesting. I can see where people like it. I've seen the animation for Warhammer 40k that I can't remember what it was called, but it's like that one really famous animation of Warhammer. Move judge of deadlines. Exactly. Listen, if I were to ever release a game, which, by the way, oh, well, no, not him. Oh. This one? Oh. Funny husky guy? There it is, okay.
It's an Arch production.
Oh, I got recommended the How Good Games Go Bad. I got recommended that video. Jesus Christ. Huh. I'll have to check out a couple more of his stuff, looks interesting. But, what was I gonna say? Oh, right. If I ever release a video game, which, by the way, I got video game ideas up the wazoo. If I were to ever release a video game, the one thing I'm going to do is not have a deadline for it. Because, whilst and I don't want to start a Kickstarter for it either. Is here's the thing, it's like, I want to be sure if I make a game, I want to be sure that, like, it's good when it gets released before I start making it, like, oh, hey, you can support Kickstarter, also there's a deadline to it. I'm kind of following under Team Cherry's line of thinking, where it's like, the reason why they didn't release paid DLC at first is because they wanted to make good DLC before releasing paid DLC. God bless their hearts, all of them are so good. But, you know what I mean. Following under that line of logic, I would prefer to just work under no deadlines. And of course, working under no deadlines means that people can get lazy at times, which is an unfortunate side effect of it, but then again, it gets done eventually. It'll be done in due time. But then again, you could really say that about Amori, and look how that game turned out. Turned out really cool in the end. If it wasn't for the fact that a bunch of people basically got scammed, is the best way I can describe it. They essentially were paying for, you know, snake oil in the form of a game that would eventually get released. Imagine supporting it on day one and dropping $100 on that thing. That's $100 directly down the drain for 7 years. Like, oy vey. Gotta put that into a 401k or something. But, what was I gonna say with the games? Oh, I had 3 game ideas that just, like, kind of, like, you know, brain farted. And the games that I had as a, idea was, I had 3 games in mind. The first game I was thinking of, was this, the list. There are pros and cons. It's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. Unfortunately, the one thing you can't really do is appease everyone, which is something that is just an unfortunate side effect of making a game or having a game. But the game ideas that I had were, trying to get this to be next on the list. There we go. I believe now the next song will be Razormind. But, there's definitely a lot of pros and cons. The game idea that I had was there were 3 games I had. One, it was going to be called Perfect Team. And what it was is that you would be pitted with 6 AIs, with basically whatever guns you can get your hands on. It'll be like pistols, rifles, sniper rifles, shotguns, what have you. A bunch of different stuff. The only caveat being is that the AIs that you have to fight are 6 of them, and they are basically perfectly coordinated with each other. Like, if one of them sees you, they alert it to the other AIs, and then they come and get you. And then, you know, there's certain ones that have, like, one of them is like a ghillie sniper that sits in a bush and will alert you to team members if they see you. And one of them was like a shotgun guy who gets really brazen if you start encroaching near his territory. But the main gimmick was that you can hear their radio chatter at any time. You can tune into their signal and listen to it. So you can plan out routes. Like, for example, a person says, hey, I see this person who's going behind this building. I'm going to try and flank him from behind. Then you can predict from there. And your goal is to defeat all 6 of the guys in one life. Looks great. Thank you. You gotta see it with the tape off. That was the first idea I had, and that one I was kind of like, yeah, that sounds interesting enough. I mean, of course, having to write an AI that's able to do all that stuff would be annoying, but, you know, could be cool. Then, what was I gonna say? The next game I had in mind was a game called... I forgot the name of it. I think it was called, like, Perfect Run or something like that, and the whole goal was that you had a objective at the very end of this really, really, really long level. And you basically had to run in blind, and what it would do is it would autofill out a map. And in this map, you can basically dot down, like, this thing is here, this thing is there, and this thing would be here. And then you can run over, grab it, and snag it for later. And you can get upgrades and such in order to get to the very end goal. But the whole thing with the level, or the whole thing with the game, is that you're trying to get to the very end under a very incredibly strict time limit. And you have to do it all in one perfect run. I keep forgetting to adjust the lines there. Gah! But that was another game idea I had, and I was kind of like, yeah, that probably not. I don't know. It seems interesting, in my brain at least. But the one game that I was kind of like, I could probably do a lot of art for, if given the opportunity, was a game. I don't actually have an idea of what the name would be in my head, but it's this game where it's like, it's all stained glass style. And what you do is you transition from like this stained glass world, in these, of course, stained glass windows, to this like rudimentary church. And you're able to swap between them at will. Kind of like, what was it? What's the Legend of Zelda game that had the paintings? It's like Link in the Painted World or whatever. Kind of like that whole deal, except most of the game is taken place during the stained glass portion. And you get important lore there of what happened down in the church. And you also get told information, like, for example, it's like you have to kind of translate people's hymns and mantras into areas of the church that you can access to give your character upgrades and stuff. So for example, it's like one person's like, oh, in the dwellings of these here walls, there's a sacred item that might be useful for your quest. Then you transition to the church, and then you go back down into the basement and go grab the item, and then bring it back to your character in the stained glass world, and that gives you an upgrade. Stuff like that. Also, look at that shit. Oh, beautiful. It's beautiful, I see. Ow. Methinks... Well, I'm running out of this quick. Alright. I might have to ask an opinion of chat. Because here's the thing. Do I either make the background just a stained glass landscape of a Hylics world, just like random buildings here or there, or do I continue this all the way around down? Because if I continue this all the way around down, it's going to be long, but it's going to look cool. But if I just do the landscape, it can still look cool, it's just going to be a little, you know, Hylics art. Alright, get your phone real quick. While I will wait an opinion. Forgot how good the Payday 2 soundtrack is. I think I have Evil Eye on it, but that's only because I saw that jacket was in the game and I was like, oh, be like he Hotline Miami. all lines. Fuck yeah, I'm down. I'm down to do a really long stream because I at least want to get the line art done with this. Come on now. Come on now. You know what I actually want to get on? Hold on. Gotta look up. I want to get this. Now this is a soundtrack that is incredibly good. Dude, Team Cherry had literally no right to go this hard with the soundtrack. And they did. They did anyways. You know it's a good soundtrack when you have at least one or two people that's saying they had no right to go this hard. Because let me tell you, Team Cherry, Jesus Christ. I like how also, like, Team Cherry kind of showed up out of a blip. Release Hollow Knight as, like, kind of just like a, yeah, we made this really cool Metroidvania, I think you'll all enjoy. And of course we made a couple trailers for it too, but I mean, whatever. And then everyone was like, yep, no, this game's perfect in every way. And I'd beg to agree. It's a pretty damn good game. Like, the fact that they decided to release Hollow Knight and just, you know, I guess the way I describe it is like the fact they decided to just release Hollow Knight and just cater to every single fucking Metroidvania fan. It makes it so much more satisfying to play. Oh shit. Knee reveal? Ain't got no knees. Ain't got no knees down here, it's blanket. Thinking of blanket, I might want to turn on my space here real quick. Let's see. There. I believe that's... There we go. Alright, getting some nice toasty air where my legs are. I'm also going to do something real quick. I'm going to need to, like, adjust this real quick and wipe my brow. The only issue I have with the setup that I'm using currently to stream me drawing is that I have a camera attached to a hat. Now, that doesn't sound too bad at first, but that camera, its, like, back part is incredibly big and fits right where my noggin is. So occasionally I have to, like, wipe off all the sweat that accumulates there. I also have to rub off all that stuff where it's, like, it's making an indent where my skin is. And of course you could say just put it lower, but I don't want it. That's for losers and nerds who don't think that pain is not a funny gimmick. One. No. What we gotta do? Blanket reveal? Pog? I don't want to do any boss soundtracks. I don't want to vibe. I know we already listened to this one. I want to listen to my soundtrack and about it. I'll go home and drive it. I'll turn this car around. He swears. I was also gonna say about on the topic of indie games and such. One game that I will probably stream in the near future is Binding of Isaac, because I've been going on a we are out. Would you look at that? We're out of damn tape. Luckily for you guys, I got more tape. Tape moment. But I need to get some lot more washi tape because these rolls are incredibly thin. Like that, like I'm pretty sure I've never used that golden roll before. And if you look, it's just completely all spent on one side of the drawing. Which I mean, fine, but whatever. But one game I am probably gonna play on stream is or not Hollow Knight, well, that's also one of the games. Binding of Isaac. Because I've been going on a Binding of Isaac spree lately, and I kinda wanna quench that demon. Because, Jesus Christ, I keep forgetting how good Binding of Isaac is until I get really pissed at the game for like 3 days and just go like, yeah, I can play some Binding of Isaac, and then just get 4 godlike runs in a row. I had a run that was really interesting. I was trying to go for hard mode, like, Ascension, with Azazel, and I didn't actually have enough health to even defeat Dogma at the beginning. So what I did was I had to do some trinket jankery regarding smelting trinkets and using Mom's lockbox, and I kept on going, and it just somehow out of the blue, and I know it's not a trinket, but somehow it just showed up, and I think it had to do with like booster pack or something like that, being also associated with it. The red key piece showed up, so I got to unlock Tainted Azazel. That was pretty neat. Yeah, my Binding of Isaac skills, they're lackluster at best. You will not catch me dead doing any impressive strats, because I always just do the same thing. It's just, I don't go for game breaks, I just try and play the video game. And you could say that's lame, or you could say whatever. But in my heart of hearts, I know eventually I want to get really good at breaking that game. Because Lord knows how many times I've gotten runs completely screwed over, and I'm just like, no, I need to go back in, and I need to just go get, like, Greed Mode, go get Diplopia, and fucking Steam Sale, and just ruin that game. I'll do it eventually, I have to. My God-given duty, I have to break that game. And of course, I've been watching the Grapefruit videos of him doing all the crazy shit that you can do with, all the cool characters and stuff. But I don't have a lot of stuff unlocked, especially as the Tainted characters, so I don't really have a lot of fun Repentance stuff to go off of. But also, most of the stuff that he did with Game Breaks is was in like Afterbirth or whatever. So, doing it in Repentance is incredibly difficult because of it. Hornet, you scared me. I went to Reflection because I don't want to listen to boss tracks. I don't want to listen to boss tracks, I just want to vibe. Will the lines have colors? Maybe? I'm thinking about coloring them in neon, because if I do a neon blue, it glows in the dark. Or it doesn't glow in the dark, it glows with black light. Which is what I'm kind of going for. Although, not entirely sure. I think I might also just keep it white, because it might look really cool with the lightning. And then I could just have the inside bits be all blue and shit. That would be nice. Good soundtrack. What the hell, Hollow Knight? You did not have to go this hard, and yet you did. They basically just like, you told, Hollow Knight is the quintessential thing of you told a batter, hey, can you hit a home run? And they're like, yeah. And they hit it out of the park. And you go, well, that wasn't really a home run, but that was still pretty good. And it's like, what do you mean pretty good? And it's like, can you do another one? Yeah, hits another one. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how many can you hit in a row? And then all the DLC gets released just like, out of the park, out of the park, out of the park. That's just the quintessential Hollow Knight behavior, is that they just release banger after banger without basically any effort. I feel like if Team Cherry sneezed, they'd just win. Just continuous awards. Did you play Celeste? I played a hell of a lot of Celeste. I did all the B-sides, and I got to like the first... It says Lords, I just want to vibe. I need to adjust this. But I played a hell of a lot of Celeste. I did all the B-sides, and only started on the C-sides before I got my PC. I did it all on Switch, but that save profile is since like it's not that it's not usable, it's just that I have Celeste on PC now, so I can just do that. But I'd say out of all the times I've played Celeste, I had a solid maybe like 40 hours put into the game, I think. But, like, you'll not see that skill get reflected if I were to play it on stream, because, oh my god, has it been such a long time. It's been quite a while since I booted up Celeste. In fact, let me check. When's the last time I booted it up on Steam? Celeste. June of 2022. Last thing I did before I stopped playing on PC for a while is, got the B-side for, Chapter 1. Funny. Itch my nose real quick. But yeah, I might go back to that game eventually on stream. because that game is just so fun, and also its soundtrack slaps. In fact, can I? I'm gonna show off a song real quick that I found. City of Tears, silence. Nothing. Nothing for silence. City of Tears. You need to do a speedrun, Celeste? No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait. Are we drawing this? Looks sick. This is Pongorma from the Hylix, specifically Hylix 2 variant. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on display capture real quick. Oh, did not do anything? Oh. There we go. So now, let me show off something real quick. Videos. First of all, I love this video. It's one of those videos, I love it. Okay. Then we go back, and back. And then pongorma, silence. But the thing that I'm specifically drawing is pongorma 2. There's one video that I'm using as like kind of a reference for what I'm doing. This video. Little view 2. So this attack that he does with lightning. That's what I'm drawing specifically with his like lightning hand. Here, I'll show it off. Cause he got like the you got the blue for his whole body, so you got the red for his helmet, then you got the glowing blue for both his hands, and then just around where his heart is, and then with the whole lightning bursting out of it, which I figure might look quite sick. So that might be interesting. Also, there was something else I was gonna show. Orma? That. Oh! The other thing I was gonna show off. I can't really stream it because it's just a music video. Or, rather, not a music video, just a song. But let me play it. It's called Sapphire Ridge. And if you're a fan of Celeste, and also a fan of... what the hell is it called? Sapphire / Plasmatic. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but... this is an excellent song. I love it. I love it so. Like, this is a very, very lovely soundtrack. Especially combined with Sapphire. I'm gonna... oh. I'm adding this to the drawing stream. Such a good vibe. You know, I'm gonna give me 1 second. I think actually, do I have scissors right here? Let's use his claws. I'll just use his claws to cut. But I need to grab my scissors real quick, so I'm just gonna like scooch back on my chair, and then adjust a couple of cables here and there. And let's see. There we go. Oof. Okay. Back to business. And it barely opens. That's not what you like to see. If you have to like force it open, that's not good. I might... here, that still seems a little loud, so I'm gonna turn it down just a smidge. But I'm going to like mute, and I'll just be right back, because I need to go grab stuff.
So long, I thought you disappeared. Why did you pretend I was still so close? it's all too clear. We know. God, since you come around, God, I need to know right now. So won't you just be inside your own? Fuck the chance that may could become my baby if you just be inside your own.
I return. Oh baby, oh baby. Slot that down there. Wait, grace the roof. Wrong. Oh, how's that? Grace the raise the roof rather. Oh, Plants for Zombies. Let's go. That, then, boom. There we go. Oof. Hold on a sec. Wait. Hold on a sec. Actually, wait. Hold on.
La misma aquí para ser honesta.
I can't speak Spanish. I don't know Spanish. Shit. I just always have it on standby just in case, because I'm like, I don't know if any Spanish viewers are gonna pop up, and I'm like, I need to translate and also make funny remarks. Oh, much better. Now I can cut these with efficiency. Oh. Oh, what a good song. That's definitely getting added to the list. Okay, Grace Roof. Grace Roof time. What a good sound. Also, I probably should have drawn the pongorma body a little bit before doing the lightning, because I don't really know if I wanted to do stuff in the foreground, which is kind of sucks because I can't really adjust it now. What a good soundtrack. Plants vs. Zombies also did not have the right to go this fucking hard with their songs, but they did. I like how everyone considered, everyone was kind of like memeing about, Plants vs. Zombie when it came out, because they were like, yeah, it's a pretty cool game, but it's funny, I mean, it's not really too crazy. And then everyone in recent memory is like, this is the best game since Sliced Bread. I swear. And to be fair, they're not wrong, it is a really damn good song. Also, may I just mention right now, I apologize if the stream just abruptly ends, because there is a snowstorm the size of fucking Nevada outside. So, if all of a sudden I just instantly cut stream and everything dies at once, you'll probably know what happened. Power just cut because weather. Oh boy. God damn it, no, don't do this. No, no, no. Wait! I refuse to learn a different language. My friends were informing me that apparently in different high schools, it is required that you, be, like, taking taken courses that have I'm not translating that. Okay, it's like what was I gonna say? It's like it's required for you to take in a class that also that you have to speak a different language in, like you have to take like German or Spanish. I didn't know that it was required for certain states because over here, like, god damn it, everyone's speaking Spanish. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. But over here in Utah, you don't have to, or at least in the school that I go to, you don't have to learn the different languages and such. Which, thank God, because like, and listen to me well. My memory sucks already with speaking the English language. Imagine how bad it would be if I had to speak another person's language. I'll just be walking around just like spouting whatever comes to my mind. It's gonna be like rough translation of what they said. Oh wait, it's like my fucking memory with trying to just speak English, which is the language I speak. It's like having to learn that's already hell on earth. But can you imagine me having to do fucking like that along with Spanish and stuff like that? Like, I'm gonna be walking around at places or talking to people who speak Spanish, and I'm just gonna be walking around and I'm just gonna tell you like, my doorknob is the size of a, I don't know, like my doorknob is the size of a chocolate bar. These windows look awfully donut. And just the rough translations of it, it's like, what the fuck is this guy saying? In my brain, I'm just kind of going like, yes, how are you doing? And then my brain is, and then whatever comes out, it's just gonna be like, Caesars are an adequate coin. It's literally just gonna be like Hilux talk. Whatever I try to say in a different language is just gonna come out the other end as dribble, is the best way to describe it. I'm gonna make sure I get all the lines this time, so when I tear it off, it looks really satisfying. Instead of me accidentally missing like one or two things. Also not sure how long we're going to be streaming for. It's already been an hour and 10 minutes, Jesus. Not sure how long we're going to be going for, but that's going to be pretty decent time. Okay, I'll just let this one play. I don't have any songs on the queue, and plus this part has like the fucking drums that go apeshit. To those who don't know the Celeste soundtrack all too well, oh my god, this song has like some magnificent drums. So I gotta pop my wrist. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right around my right palm, it's starting to hurt just ever so slightly. So I might have to can the stream in a bit. Because I don't fucking draw when my wrist starts hurting. That is that's like a law given to me by God. It's just like, it's like, what are my defining character traits as a human? And it's like, you can draw really well, and it's like, oh cool. You play video games too. Oh neat. What are my downsides? Your wrist will just chronically hurt all the time. Then it gets the little symbols. This Celeste soundtrack, Let It Rain. Ooh, my brain. Perfect. It's such a good soundtrack. Of course, these lines are not going to look absolutely perfect. But that's the point of art, is that it's not perfect. Let's see, I want to fix that up a little bit. Right around here. Things starting to look complicated. Me likey. Although my wrist is gonna have to start relaxing in just a moment because it's getting to that point where it's starting to ache ever so slightly. That's... Oh my god, the drums. Are you gonna finish this today? I'll probably just finish up the line art today. My wrist is starting to hurt and I am getting a little bit tired. I would like to sleep with the snow still here, so it'll just be line art for today, but sometimes all you need to do is just get a bunch of work done on stream. Fine on me. Oh, the drums. Magnificent. Here and a slide over here. There. I'm gonna remove this specific bit so I can just fill in this. There we go. Starting to look like an actual drawing. I also apologize, this isn't truly enthralling. Just me jamming out the Celeste soundtrack while working, but it is an art stream. Not really doing all too much. Kinda like when people complain about me not playing on violin for the BSP ranks. It's just like, you clicked on a video that said doing BSP ranks until Act 3 comes out. I don't have to do them on violin. I also hate how violent is the new standard, because like, when are people just gonna be like, oh man, you're not doing P-2 on Ultra Kill Must Die mode eventually, when that eventually comes out, and I'm like, you gotta understand, like, I have to wake up every day and do this. Oh, it's honking outside, which means ice has now been introduced into the level as a new hazard to the snow. What part was it? Alright, let's keep working until we find out which one it was. It was right there. But, like, oh boy, I can't wait till people start reprimanding me for, not playing on Ultra Kill Must Die mode. When even though you're clicking on a video that says P ranking. And now my dog's barking. Awesome. Apologies if you can hear them. They are an annoying little shit. I don't like dogs a little too much. They're just kind of really annoying. You guys are loud all the time, and they don't fit my vibe. More of a cat person, because at least when Harry gets loud, it's not, like, actually scary. Because whenever my dog starts barking, like, right next to me, it is loud. It's like someone just, like, honked an air horn right next to me. Like, oh, Jesus. I don't know what he's barking about. It might be because of snow. Oh shit, the vibes are entering the building. The vibes on this song are immaculate, damn it. Swoosh a little bit on in there. And I believe we'll do like one more layer of this and then I'm gonna head off for now. Also, I'm not really feeling it. That's one thing that I see a surprising amount of people vibe out to. ASMR. I don't really get it. I mean, I can get why people like it. But for me, like, I don't know if it's a specific type of ASMR that I'd probably enjoy, but man, I cannot listen to ASMR without being like, ugh, ghastly noises. There. In the form of the thing that I get the most in playing while playing a Binding of Isaac, L's. Consistent L's. Let's see. I believe that's all the lines for now. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I missed a little spot right there. The thing just going in. Can't fix. There we go. Look at that shit, man. Whew, that is good. That is some good ass art right there. I might need to do what I did up here and kind of have it be intense over in these sections. But overall, damn. Pretty damn good. Especially with all this washi tape. Oof. Crack my wrist ever so slightly. Let's see. Determining whether I should keep working on this or if I should stop for now. Because I'm thinking about stopping because my wrist is starting to hurt. Like 8. Oh god, Spiral Nemesis came on. Yeah, you know what? It's probably gonna do it for now. Let me get like everything cleaned up and say my final thoughts, and then I'll end stream. But thank you all for joining. Oh, look at that! I can make a little shit nugget using all of these. Fun. But thank you all for joining stream. So far, the drawing streams have been getting more and more traction, which is very nice. Very nice to see. And I think next time tomorrow will probably be the day that I do more line art around these bottom bits here and then start coloring it a little bit more. But as of now, I think this is a pretty damn good amount of progress. I mean, it looks sick. I love it. I love it. But I think that's probably gonna do it for me. So, yeah, I like that. And of course, I'll be sending the progress update. But other than that, I shall see you all in the next episode